Welcome to another episode of Follow the Brand TV. I am your host, Grant McGaugh, CEO of 5-Star BDM, a 5-star personal brand and business development company. I want to take you on a journey through another deep dive into the world of personal branding and business development using compelling personal stories, business conversations, and tips to improve your brand. By listening to the Follow the Brand TV series, you will differentiate yourself from the competition and build trust with prospective clients and employers. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Make it one that will set you apart, build confidence, and reflect who you are. Building your 5-star personal brand is a great way to improve your skills and knowledge. If you have any questions for me or any of my guests, please email me at grant.mcgaugh@5starbdm.com. Now, let's begin with our next episode on the Follow the Brand TV.
Five-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.
Well over 2 decades now. I've been in multiple spaces. I've had the luxury and privilege to pivot in multiple spaces in my life. As a professional, I started off in a very much entry-level role, working as a hospital transporter. But I've always believed in, just executing your best, and you never know who's watching you. You know what? How many other professionals are, stellar in their roles, but they are looking for other opportunities. But they're just, the gap is the skill, maybe the jargon, or not only the skills, but how to apply it, And I know that was a gap for me. You can be in really large institutions, but you can still feel unfulfilled in a lot of ways.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Follow Brand Podcast. We are going to West Palm Beach today because I have a partner in crime. People don't know that. I have a partner. I have somebody that I am working with passionately to bring something to the table of people that are looking to really to enhance their leadership skills, to get to another level. Sometimes a lot of people, they feel stuck. They're in a rut. They keep doing the same thing, they getting the same result, but they're trying to get to a higher level, but they can't find the right, either it's academia, they can't find the right mentorship, they can't find the right advocates, they can't get the as they say, I can't get right. Is that a term right here that can't get right? It's a term, right? So we're trying to circumvent a lot of that with our Lead with Impact workshop that's going to come up in January. But I want you to talk to my partner because she's the one that approached me and said, Grant, I got something. I see what you're doing, and I think we can combine our efforts and really make some strides and things that'll make these things go a lot further by not doing it just alone. So collaboration is king, right? Capital is king. Content is king. We're going to talk about all those different things. Welcome to the stage, Miss Ondreia Clarke.
Thank you so much, Grant. I am so excited to be on the Five Star BDM podcast. It's been a long time coming, but I made it.
You did see that five star BDM. Then you got Follow Brand Podcast. These are
Follow
my
the brand,
signature brands, and we're coming out with a signature branded program, Lead with Impact. Tell us first just a little bit about your backstory and why you felt that this would be a great program for up and coming professionals and executives.
Well, I always try to identify kind of the gaps and the missteps or the things I wish I would have knew then that I know now as far as a career and professional perspective. So just a little bit about myself. I've been in the healthcare STEM profession for the past 25 plus years now. Can't believe that much time has went by, but well over 2 decades now. I've been in multiple spaces. I've had the luxury and privilege to pivot in multiple spaces in my life. As a professional, I started off in a very much entry-level role, working as a hospital transporter. But I've always believed in, just executing your best, and you never know who's watching you in that process. So I've been, like I said, privileged enough to be around some extraordinary eagles in the field of healthcare as well. So although I started off in as a hospital transporter, I managed to get like a full diaspora of healthcare going into the clinical setting, working with colon and rectal and gastroenterologists and pulmonologists, going into cardiovascular imaging and just all those bedside clinical settings. And then I was able to navigate over into the non-clinical role, something more like bench research on the molecular genetic side, tuberculosis research, things of that nature, and then also assisting researchers as they bring those pilots of research into their classrooms to help undergraduates bridge. You don't always have to go into the med school role. It's kind of giving them that early exposure as research and bench laboratory scientists and those undergraduate years. So we facilitated a lot of educational programs in that way, in that manner. And then I went ahead and transitioned over now into laboratory medicine. Those are more biological specimens that coming down, the tubes at the bottom of the hospital, and you have a whole bunch of brilliant scientists in their own right working through a lot of biological specimens so we can make sure we get the results and proper treatment. So I went into that role. And then from there, I was at the National Institute of Health in the laboratory science space. And then from there, I reconfigured their entire operations. We had a client vendor partnership with Mayo Clinic. The senior representatives or executives rather was very impressed in what I did there. So they flew in from Rochester, Minnesota down to Washington, D.C. and said, we have to meet you. We really love the processes, the systems and operations that you've facilitated here. Can you take what you've done here at NIH and do it for us on a national scale? So like I always say, challenges are just opportunities with work clothes on. So I was up for the opportunity. So I went ahead and did a more of executive role leadership, building teams, delegating responsibility, identifying people's strengths and weaknesses, and knowing where to put them and place them as we basically expanded this model through different hospitals nationwide. I did all of that. I would say from the comfort of my home in Washington, D.C., but I traveled quite a bit in that road, of course. So going through all those processes and different stages as a professional in my career, I was able to identify gaps of wishing that even though I'm executing this role, this particular role, I used to want to have new skills, new visibility, because what I realized and what I learned as I was up for a new promotion with Mayo Clinic, they wanted me to go in a specific direction, but I really wanted to go in a different direction. But guess what? I didn't have the skills or the exposure. So that's what I saw within myself, that, you know what, if I don't take the initiative to learn the skills that's applicable and desirable for me, then what happens is the organization drives my career and I'm no longer in the seat of driving my career and where we're going. And that's where I came to you with this idea, and we, been fostering this love child, as I call it, together, of saying, you know what, how many other professionals are, stellar in their roles, but they are looking for other opportunities. But they're just, the gap is the skill, maybe the jargon, or not only the skills, but how to apply it. And I know that was a gap for me. You can be in really large institutions, but you can still feel unfulfilled in a lot of ways. So it's like I said, this workshop, this summit that we're putting on is to fill in those gaps and ultimately allow you to drive your career in the direction you deem for it to be.
I like that, what you just said. Be in control, be intentional about taking control of your career and your business. I do that a lot when I'm big into personal branding, business development. They work hand in hand. And I learned over time, just like you have now learned, is that if you're not intentional about narrating your own story, your own skill set, what you're good at, other people will write a narrative about you. And you could be stuck in that story that they're narrating for a very, very long time. You see that over and over again, that a person, maybe they make that hop from manager to director, or like you said, you could be in that transporter role and someone sells you in that role for a long time. But you said, no, I'm more than that. That's just the beginning. I needed that as a stepping stone for other things. You had to make the decision to then upskill, because you are the CEO of upskills. I'm going to upskill because we are evolving. We are creatures that evolve over time. And when we have mastered one type of experience or skill set, now we're ready for the next. But what you said, there's that gap. And in our conversations, you've always told me, Grant, I got to this point, I was doing great things, I'm building out all these laboratories, but I'm not understanding the other business ramifications all around me, the financial conversation that's happening, the business processes that are happening, the operational aspects. How do I gain that type of experience if there's no training for it, or I'm not being offered that kind of training, I'm not in any kind of leadership pipeline, but I need to start to showcase who I am and take control of the narrative. Talk to us a little bit more about Lead with Impact and why you decided on that particular topic, and then how we're going to drill into that during our workshop.
Yeah, so, and you hit the nail on the head. It was that any promotion, because it became a great rhythm in my professional trajectory, that I was getting a promotion every year and a half, 2 years. So with a promotion, it's more responsibility. You're more busy. The calendar is booked. You have conferences. You're flying here. You're, like I said, delegating responsibilities. So how do you even find the time to gain these new skills, right? How do you find the time to say, you know what, not only gain the new skills, but learn how to apply them in a real world setting? And that's what we're here to do with the Lead with Impact Summit, is to break you away from that busy schedule, because I know we're all so busy in our day-to-day lives with family, work, and etc. But to give yourself a weekend just to put you on your calendar, right? And say, no, I know it's a pivot that is going to occur in my career, and I want to be ready for it. Or I want the visibility as a specific type of leader that I see for myself. And I want to start building that foundation first, because I always say you have to build your house on a solid foundation. So this is for those individuals. Doesn't matter how big and fancy your title is or how large the organization is. Do you feel fulfilled? Do you see yourself in this position for the next 5, 10, or even 3 years from now, right? And if the answer is no, if you're feeling stuck in your career trajectory, then it's time to break through that glass ceiling and join this transformative 2-day summit as we equip healthcare professionals, entrepreneurs, or those that's just trying to go to the next level and get the visibility skills. And we will put you in a world-class case study and structural environment so you can put the skills to the test, so you can create the narrative and the story with other thought leaders as you apply these new skills for yourself.
Hello, and welcome to Mastering Your Professional Destiny, the enhanced personal branding journey. I am Grant McGaugh, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the Follow Brand podcast. And today we're diving into one of the most crucial aspects of career development, professional branding. In today's competitive market, standing out isn't just about having the right skills or qualifications. It is about how you position yourself, how you're perceived, and how you communicate your value. Whether you are a pre-professional just starting out or a mid-level professional looking to elevate your career, your personal brand plays a pivotal role in defining your path to success. Throughout this course, I will be guiding you through the BRAVE framework, a powerful tool designed to help you build a professional brand that not only reflects your strengths, but also amplifies your influence in your field. We will break down each element of the BRAVE framework so that by the end of this course, you will have the strategies and insights needed to unlock your full professional potential. So whether you are aiming to enhance your leadership profile or land your dream job, this course is your roadmap to creating a distinct and authentic brand that resonates with peers, employers, and the industry at large. I'm excited to guide you on this journey. Let's get started on building a brand that truly reflects who you are and where you're going.
Grant McGaugh, CEO of 5-Star BDM, is turning heads in the healthcare and information technology sectors with his groundbreaking approach to personal branding and business development. By challenging conventional strategies, he's setting a new standard for how executives present themselves and their businesses to the world. McGaugh's expertise isn't just about standing out. It's about strategic guidance, generating leads, and building networks that propel executives beyond their competition. His focus on authenticity allows leaders to leverage their unique stories, driving exponential growth and success in their industries. Beyond branding, McGaugh is a fervent advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. He's committed to helping organizations cultivate environments where innovation and collaboration thrive through inclusive cultures. And for those eager to dive deeper, McGaugh hosts the Follow the Brand podcast. Here, he unpacks the intricacies of personal branding and business growth, offering valuable insights for professionals eager to redefine their identities and share their narratives with the world.
Ready to elevate your brand and make a lasting impact? Dive into the world of the Follow Brand where insights meet action. Shop now at our e-commerce store for exclusive merchandise that speaks to you. Transform, engage, and soar with 5-Star BDM. Your journey to brand brilliance begins today. So important. I know when we were putting this together, this love child, as you have so intimately called it, which is beautiful because it's taken time. People don't understand the what takes place behind the scenes and how you move from a vision and then an idea to actually manifesting it into an actual structured and well thought out program. And that's what we have put together, because me and you both have gone to conferences, we've gone to events, we've been on webinars, we've done all these different things. And it's always like, well, what did I learn? What was my key takeaway? Did I have a measurable, tangible document, experience, takeaway, something that I can refer back to over and over again to get to my desired state? What does that look like? And so we painstakingly put this together like, hey, what is that big thing that we always wanted at some of these webinars or events that we want to put into our program to make it different, to make it fulfilling? So I want you to talk to me as if I am an interested attendee. And I go, hey, Andre, I heard what you and Grant were talking about. It sounds interesting. Take me through day one. Exactly what am I going to get for my money?
Well, that's a great question. And this is something, like you said, I want to touch on. Most conferences you go to and you have extraordinary panelists there, and they're talking about their experience and they're giving their expertise and their perspective on a particular topic. But like you said, this is something we want you to walk away and say, no, I know this information and I also know how to apply it. And I know how that helps in the competitive market as you break through the next stage in your career. So what's going to set this workshop particularly apart is this, first of all, it's an exclusive workshop, Grant. I don't know if you really put that out there. We're going to hand select a group because it will be a waiting list for this, right? But it's called Lead with Impact for a reason, because we want to make it intimate, exclusive, and we want to make it as impactful as possible. So we did hand select a group of professionals who will immerse themselves in highly engaging, dynamic educational environment. So unlike your traditional workshop, this event is going to provide real-world case studies, interactive sessions, a direct access to industry leaders, and it's going to offer you an unparalleled opportunity to develop those critical thinking skills and those critical leadership skills needed. So we're going to give you a seat at the table, right? We're going to give you a secure seat at the table that you don't have to wait for that next promotion. You promote yourself. So it's not only about leadership. It's with your career, it's about you. You are, the subject matter expert. And so what are you going to do to skill up to the next level? So that's what we do. We create an environment of other like-minded individuals, bring you to that round table on day one. What you will go through is you're going to make sure that you gain the technical skills, the jargon, the insight, leadership, different strategies, how to think more innovative, and how to create an innovative team, right? So when I started off in my department, this department wasn't built yet. I literally had a laptop. They sent me home and said, build it, right? So it was me and like a few recent undergraduates. But how did I innovate them and make them so bought into the vision that they not only excelled in their role, but they exceeded above and beyond to help make that department for what it is? So we're going to talk about ways that you can pour into your team, because you have to have a team for the task, as a leader. And you're going to learn direct industry leaders' tactics and experts, like I said, jargons and skill. You're going to network with professionals and build valuable connections in the process. So that's going to be day one, that hands-on breakout sessions, developing strategic operational alignment skills. Day two, we're going to put your skills to the test. So you're going to learn, like I said, in a real world scenarios through different case studies. Like we said, we're going to secure your seat at the table. When you step into this space, you officially are invited to those tables of other thought leaders by applying your new skills to solve critical challenges alongside with other executives, so you can know how you can stand out in a competitive marketplace. So, and then I haven't even talked about the wine tasting and
we're not going to go there yet. We're not going to feed them. Right now, they're
okay.
consuming.
It
They're
goes on and
consuming.
on.
All right, go. This is going to be
on giving.
blockbuster event that we're putting together, but you're going to have key takeaways. We're talking about situational awareness. We're talking about emotional intelligence. We're talking about how you can be your behaviors that you need to exude to operate at that next level with key executives. So let's say you're in marketing, but you don't understand how finance operates or their mindset. What does that look like? Do you understand the language of business, which is finance? Do you understand the language of operations or the language of technology? You have put together all these different scenarios to help people have those discussions, because at that higher level, you have to be more holistic.
Yes.
And you not only are developing this, you have other programs that you also have developed that are like a precursor to this. Talk to them about the Brave online course that you created with me.
Well, I was gonna say we created that.
We created, but you because you've got other modules, not just mine, other things. Talk about that and how that then leads into the Lead with Impact workshop that are key takeaways for our audience.
Yes, that's good. So I hope I don't butcher this quote, but like Maya Angelou say, you can't exercise any act in your life without courage, right? So I'm paraphrasing that, of course, but that's what the Brave course does. It allows you, like I said, we often sit and we have the roles and the salary, but are you really where you want to be? Can you confidently say, this is where I see myself in the next 2, 3, 5, 6 years? And if the answer is no, then you need to be brave, right? So what we did with Upskill, and what Upskill is, it is an online global community that brings expert level health science and STEM professionals together. We collaborate with STEM professionals such as yourself, Grant, and we tap into your expertise and your experience and your knowledge, and we say, share that with our community, So that's what we did with the Brave course. We know that you are a stellar expert in your field, and you're also a very much an eagle in your community as well. So we want to bring you to the people that may not haven't arrived yet to penetrate your circle of networks yet, right? So we want to make an accessible vehicle to them to say, you know what, I may not be able to attend all the events to shake Grant's hand, but I can still tap into his knowledge and his expertise with the Brave course professional branding framework. Because as we know, this digital era that we all live, grow, and thrive in, your professional presence online, that is the new handshake, right? And that's what the Brave course, that's what you taught us throughout the Brave course. And I love the unique thing about your course is that as the students or the participants take the Brave professional course, you're completely transforming their image module by module, because we have actionable steps that you will go throughout the course. So by the time you started module 1, you will come out with consistency and diligence. By the time you end module 6, you will definitely have reimagined yourself as a professional through this course. And that's why I really want to thank you for giving us your expertise and lending that to the online platform, because it's really, through this course, it's a transformative process that they're going to be at. So if they see themselves in a different role, you're literally giving them the blueprint and say, hey, do this, do this, do this. And I think we even have a social media challenge. You're teaching them their elevator pitch. You're teaching so many things. And then at the end, it's like, or not even at the end, at one of the modules, hey, now you have to challenge yourself to post this on social media. So you're really transforming them right throughout the course.
Welcome to the course, Building a Brave Professional Brand for Career Growth. This program is designed to help you stand out and excel as a professional, positioning you for career success. Module 1, Introduction to Professional Branding. In this module, we explore the core concept of professional branding and its vital role in today's job market. Professional branding involves creating a distinctive and positive image based on your skills, experiences, and personality. You'll learn effective strategies to differentiate yourself and stand out in a competitive landscape. Module 2, Bold Vision. This module emphasizes the importance of developing a strategic vision and driving innovation. We'll cover techniques for staying ahead of industry trends and integrating new technologies into your practice. You'll also learn to craft a personal brand statement that reflects your professional identity and goals, setting a strong foundation for career advancement. Module 3, Relentless Drive. Here, we focus on self-assessment and goal setting for personal branding. You'll identify your strengths, weaknesses, and unique selling points through self-assessment. We'll discuss methods for setting SMART goals and creating a personal development plan, highlighting the importance of continuous learning and skill enhancement. Module 4, Adaptive Mindset. This module addresses emotional intelligence and empathy in professional settings. You'll enhance self-awareness, manage emotions effectively, and understand the role of empathy in healthcare. Additionally, we'll explore strategies for networking, relationship building, and leveraging social media to strengthen professional connections. Module 5, Visionary Leadership. We'll cover the significance of visibility and integrity in visionary leadership. Being visible establishes your expertise and attracts opportunities, while integrity builds trust and credibility. Acting with honesty and transparency ensures you are seen as a trustworthy leader. Module 6, Excellence in Execution. The final module focuses on managing your online presence and digital footprint. You'll learn best practices for creating and maintaining professional profiles on social media and industry platforms, ensuring your online image supports your personal brand and professional goals. Let's get started designing your new professional brand that sets you apart in this ever-evolving industry.
This is an exciting time to be in digital marketing with the advent, the explosion of generative AI chatbots. They're better known as ChatGPT. There's Bard, there's Claude, there's all kinds of this new one came out called Gemini. There's so many different tools that really what it comes down to is that it's made my business more precise. I can do things more quicker, I would say, and to elevate my brand messaging to a level that allows me to be as creative as possible. Digital market economy is taking the world by storm, probably over the last decade or so, but is really escalating now in the advent of AI because it is a game changer for a lot of businesses. It's not just all the big boys that can play in this space because of cloud computing, because of mobile computing, and now you have these tools at your disposal. You've got a laptop, you've got a computer, you can now digitize yourself to a level and get your message out there, and that equates to business. And
Yeah.
you're making it
Really,
comfortable. A lot of people don't post certain things because they're not comfortable. They're not sure exactly what
mm,
it is that would be interesting to someone else. And so I lead in that world. I lead with impact in that
mhm,
world. So you alluded to what I'm doing, especially in Q4 of 2024, going into 2025, is that we need to lead. And if
mm,
we don't lead, we get left behind. Right. So what do we, how do we live? What do we do? It is time to tell your story. I
mm,
often tell people that you are in the unique position to be a mentor to the person you were 5 years ago. And really think about where were you in 2019, even before COVID? What were you doing? What was life like? And here we are in 2024, and that little 5 year window of time for a lot of people, including myself, there's a lot of experience, a lot of change, a lot of challenge. But how often do we really go back through that and sift out all the day to day and we'll say, wow, there were some key pivots, some key things, and I actually learned some nuggets along the way. And you already know that someone else is coming into that same kind of experience that you were in. Wouldn't it be great if you gave them some pointers to make that experience even better? And that's why we developed the Lead with Impact, because we both know that when you get to a certain level, you know what? I want to move from director to VP, but I'm just not sure. I'm not confident. I want it, but how do I get there? What does the path forward really look like? And what skill sets do I really need to tune into to
mhm.
get the acumen or the relationships? Part of the Brave framework, I talk about relationships, part of that R. You got to understand how to create meaningful relationships, not just get a bunch of connections. That's not the goal. The goal is to create relationships. And when I met Ondreia, and I did meet her through the National Association of Health Services Executives, we met. We were on this great executive leadership forum. I got to meet her and her husband and what she was doing. And then we reconnected, and I started seeing her content on LinkedIn. But then we took it to the next level. We're in the DM, which is the direct messaging. Hey, what's going on? How are you doing? I like what you're doing. Hey, let's talk. So now we take it off platform. We have a conversation, and we start really getting to know each other. And I'm like, man, I'm impressed with what you do. And she's telling me she's impressed with what I do. Why don't we start putting something together? This is the collaborative fabric, and then we can make change, real change for someone else to really say, you know what, I took this course and I wasn't sure if I was going to be at that next level, whether it was manager, director, VP, C-suite executive, and this was the change. Can you imagine 5 years from now, 2029, someone's going to be able to say that this was the moment of change
Tipping
for
point.
me. How
Mhm.
much is that worth? That's what's golden in that mind. So I want to give that mic back to you and talk this, because we thought this was going to, there's a little special treat we're giving to our special cohort of individuals. They're going to bring this all together. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so the special treat and what you say, and this is something I always, if you're like on the cusp, should I take it? They are resonating with some points of how I'm feeling. I'm ready to pivot. I'm ready to try something new. One of the favorite quotes I always say to myself is life is a fight for territory. And if you stop fighting for what you don't want will show up. And that creeps up on us when we stay in our comfort zone. So this Lead with Impact Summit is meant to pull you out of your comfort zone so you can continue to grow. And then growing, we want to not only focus on that professional aspect, but this is a time to collaborate with other industry leaders in the field to bring in the culinary aspect of it. So this is where business and culinary intersects as well. So what you were saying, the special treat that we have is not only are we going to have this event on an educational, environment such as Miami-Dade College, we're educating you to take your skills to the next level, right? And then always thinking, what can we give more? What more value can we give? You know what? Now, when you're networking in new places and building those organic, authentic relationships, right? Then you want to make sure that you are diverse, just like your finances. You want to diversify yourself, right? Across the board. And that's the treat we're giving you, is that we're offering the wine tasting and food pairing education session that's going to be hosted by a top tier culinary chef. So that's going to be day 2. So after we've packed your brain with all this information, you've survived the executive alignment boardroom meeting. Now it's time to elevate your palate and take it to the next level with fine cuisines and a chef to come in and really educate you on food pairing and wine and what that looks like to the executive that you are.
Are you feeling stuck? Yearning for growth but unsure how to take the next step? You're not alone. 63% of professionals feel unprepared for executive roles. The skills you need aren't out of reach. They're within your grasp. Imagine transforming from being overwhelmed at your desk to confidently presenting to a captivated audience. Leadership isn't just about titles. It's about taking control, bridging gaps, and narrating your own story. Ondreia Clarke emphasizes this at the workshop. Grant McGaugh adds, "Your brand is your legacy." This is your chance to shape it, refine it, and own it. Latasha Barnes shares, "Mastering financial acumen isn't just a skill, it's the language of leadership, and I'll show you how to speak it fluently." Engage in real-world boardroom simulations, financial strategy sessions, and interactive team challenges. Step into a world of immersive learning. Engage with industry leaders and gain hands-on experience through high-level boardroom simulations. Refine your executive presence in settings designed to elevate your confidence and your career. Enjoy an exclusive wine tasting and food pairing event, all while collaborating with fellow attendees. Limited to 40 participants, early bird registration opens December 1st, 2024. This isn't just a workshop. This is your breakthrough, your transformation. Picture yourself delivering a confident presentation, the room erupting in applause. Feel the satisfaction as you shake hands with a mentor. January 25th and 26th at Miami-Dade College. 2 days that will redefine your future. Are you ready to lead with impact? Register now at 5starbdm.com. Leadership isn't given, it's earned. Take the first step. Lead with impact.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaugh, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-Star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaugh explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
That's delicious. Number one, that's
It's
delicious.
going to be delicious.
It's going to be delicious. But we're creating the environment that key executives, top executives find themselves in. We want you to be comfortable in these rooms. These new rooms that you're going to go into, whether it's the boardroom, whether it's a high-end lunch or a packed dinner. These are the types of things and conversations that take place. And we want this to be very natural for you. So we're creating the environment of what the C-suite actually operates as. I like the fact that you're doing these real world scenarios, that we're going to actually simulate the boardroom. You're going to have a role. You're going to be part of a team. We have like a cohort or like 40 people, and we're going to divide those into about 6, 7, or 8 teams, and they're going to sit down with each other, going to collaborate with each other, and each of you will be assigned a certain role. You're going to be operations. You're going to be finance. You're going to be marketing. You're going to be technology, all of those different things. Then you brought up something that just blew me away when you thought about it. It's like, hey, Grant, you know, one thing I struggle with when I'm building out all these labs and I'm doing all this great work, I'm getting all these accolades, I wasn't understanding the financial conversation. We're bringing in a subject matter expert around that. Talk to us a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I'm really excited. We're bringing around in a subject matter expert who has over, 20, 30 years of experience in that financial sector of healthcare. So bringing her in is going to be a phenomenal experience because, like you said, it's so many different branches when it comes to healthcare, right? And a lot of times, even whenever you're moving forward in your prospective role, and you could be knocking it out the park, doing an excellent job. And in my role, I was doing a fantastic job. We're scaling, we're growing, revenue is increasing. They're coming back and they're telling me the numbers, but the gap was, how did you come up with these numbers? And being the fact that we grew over 400% in incremental revenue just for that first year, what does that mean across the board, right? But I didn't get any of those answers because they needed me to keep executing in the role, right? So I wanted to drive my career in a different direction. And how do you do it? You have to surround yourself with eagles in the field that will take you higher. So that's definitely what our CFO is coming in here to do, she is an eagle in her own right, and she's coming in to give you that financial jargon and show you what the finances look like and how it impacts the institution as a whole. So you can, like you said, Grant, have that more holistic outlook and see how all the working parts are really a system thinking mechanism working together as a whole.
So important. So we're going to wrap up because this is wonderful. And I want to let the people know, first of all, how they can get the content. They can take a look at it for themselves, take a look at their schedule, because this is going to take place in January, Miami-Dade Medical Campus. So it's a great opportunity for people that are in healthcare and life sciences and business to truly come together and with a great takeaway. Just don't have another just weekend of fun, relaxation, and then at the next day, you haven't really gained anything out of it. You're going to gain something out of this. So talk to us first, how to get in touch with, how to sign up for the Lead with Impact, how to get a hold of your course, and where's your website?
Okay, so my website, I'll start backwards here. My website is upskilledu.net. That's upskilledu.net. And you will see that we're launching a lot of new courses. We have our Brave professional branding course out, hosted by Grant McGaugh. That's a phenomenal course. It ties really into what we're doing with the Lead with Impact Summit. If you're ready to take your professional persona to the next level, you want other leaders to see you as a peer in the field, then definitely take that Brave professional branding course. So definitely take the Brave professional branding course that really gives you actionable steps. Like I said, your course, I really do love it, because from module 1 to module 6, you will not be the same. If you take on all of Grant's challenges, it will really transform you. So we have that course, and we have a lot of other courses to fill in those skill gaps of practical skills that you need as a professional to soar higher in your field, right? It's about going higher and higher and driving your career where you want it to go. I'm big on that, right? So also with our Lead with Impact, we have a listing right now on Eventbrite. You can check out my LinkedIn page, which is Ondreia Clarke, and Grant at 5-Star BDM, as well his business page. We're going to have a lot of landing pages on that where you can click on, sign up. Like I said, we have a survey going out. So if you're on the fence, like, okay, is this really for me? Let us know, send us a message, and we'll definitely survey you. And we want to make sure it's just as much as a good fit for you as we are. We want to make sure you are a good fit for the program just as much as we are a good fit for you, right? So ask us any questions you may have. We're looking forward to seeing you at the Lead with Impact. You don't have to wait until the new year comes. You can start reimagining yourself right now. I don't make New Year's resolution. Your life is happening now, right?
What she said is so important because it's limited seating. So sign up now, get on the wait list. Let's have a conversation, ask your questions, when the surveys come out, we're going to send it out to select people. If you're listening to this particular podcast and you're interested, send me a note. Send me a email at grant.mcgaugh@5starbdm. You can go to my website. That's the number 5-star, STAR, BDM.com. You can also Google Lead with Impact with Ondreia and Grant, 5-Star BDM. It'll come up. So we're going to be all over the place, but we want to get this done, and we want to make this a continuous type of learning experience for a lot of people. So I want to thank you for being on the Follow Brand Podcast.
Okay, so let's talk about leadership.
Okay.
Everyone wants to get to that next level in their careers.
Right.
And, we're always looking for that secret sauce, right? That thing that's going to get you to that corner office.
Yeah.
So I found this video is for this workshop called Lead with Impact. And it's all about leadership development.
Okay.
And I thought it was interesting because they start out by really hitting on this pain point that a lot of people feel.
Yeah.
And it's that they feel stuck in their careers.
Like they've plateaued.
Yeah. And they don't know how to get to that next level.
Exactly. Yeah. And they even give a stat in there.
Yeah, what was it?
63% of professionals feel unprepared.
Wow.
For executive roles.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people feeling that way.
That's a huge number.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, obviously there are those usual suspects, like lack of proper training or mentorship.
Sure.
But I think it's deeper than that.
I think so too.
It's almost this expectation that you just magically transform from manager to leader without any clear guidance.
Yeah, and
like, where's the instruction manual for this?
Exactly. And that's what I think is interesting about this workshop is it seems like they're trying to provide that.
Yeah, they're trying to bridge that gap.
They're trying to bridge that gap, yeah.
For sure.
So they bring in these 3 experts.
Yeah.
Ondreia Clarke.
Yeah.
Grant McGaugh. And Latasha Barnes.
Big names.
They're all big names in the leadership space. Each with their own, kind of specialty.
Right. Each focusing on a different angle of leadership development.
Yeah. And the one I have to say that really jumped out at me was Latasha Barnes. She was talking about financial acumen being like the language of leadership.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
She's so right, though.
Yeah.
It's like,
Explain that.
okay, so imagine trying to lead an orchestra,
Okay.
but you don't understand musical notation.
Okay.
You wouldn't even know where to begin
She'd be lost.
completely.
Yeah.
It's the same with leadership and finance.
Okay.
Every decision you make as a leader, whether it's hiring new staff,
Right.
developing a new product,
Yeah.
launching a marketing campaign, it all comes back to finances.
Yeah.
If you don't understand budgets,
Right.
if you can't forecast growth or analyze the return on investment of a project, you're basically flying blind.
Yeah. It's
You're
absolute-
leading with your eyes closed.
You set up to fail.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Latasha's point is that to be an effective leader, you need to be,
Fluent in finance.
you need to understand the language of money.
Yes.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Okay. So another thing they talk about in the video is immersive learning.
Oh, yeah. They show all these
They show all these like
people working together, people collaborating, and they're doing these like
intense boardroom simulations.
intense boardroom simulations. Yeah.
It looks intense,
It does look pretty intense.
but also kind of fun.
yeah, like a good challenge.
Mhm.
So what do you think about those simulations?
I think they could be really valuable.
Really?
Yeah, especially for leadership development.
Okay.
It's like a pilot using a flight simulator.
Okay.
You get to practice those critical skills
Mm-hmm.
in a safe environment.
So you can make mistakes.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You can make mistakes. You can try different approaches
Yeah.
and learn from your experiences
Without,
crashing and burning in the real world.
without the real world consequences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can practice things like high stakes decision making,
Yeah.
conflict resolution, even crisis management,
So you build up that.
muscle memory
Yeah, like
for those crucial leadership moments.
for those like, you're under pressure moments.
Exactly.
Yeah. You've already been there in the simulation.
I've done it before.
So you know how to handle it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So another term they use a lot in the video is
Executive presence.
executive presence.
Yeah.
I always thought that was just about,
Like looking the part.
looking the part, dressing sharp,
Having a firm handshake.
having a firm handshake. Yeah.
But it's so much more than that.
What is it then?
It's about how you communicate,
Okay.
how you carry yourself,
Mhm.
how you think on your feet.
Hmm.
It's about projecting confidence,
Okay.
but also authenticity.
Right.
Think about leaders you admire.
Okay.
They command attention,
Yeah.
not just because of their title,
Hmm.
but because of their presence.
Yeah.
It's a combination of things.
Like what?
Communication skills,
Uh
emotional intelligence,
huh.
strategic thinking.
And rolled into one.
Yeah.
And this workshop, they're saying, is going to help you.
Cultivate that presence.
Okay.
Refine it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask about this.
What's up?
The video shows this like really fancy wine tasting
Yeah.
and food pairing event.
Looks delicious.
It does look delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So is that just a perk?
I think it's more than that.
What do you mean?
Remember what we were saying about
Mhm.
financial acumen not being the only thing you
Yeah.
need for leadership?
Yeah.
Well, this is where networking comes in.
Okay.
Building relationships
Right.
is crucial for any leader.
Hmm.
And this event seems like a perfect opportunity to do that
Yeah.
in a more relaxed setting.
You're not in the boardroom.
Exactly. So you can
Let your guard down a little.
yeah, and just
Connect with people on
Yeah.
a more personal level.
so you're building your network.
Mm-hmm.
You're learning from your peers
Yeah.
and you're creating a sense of community.
Exactly. It's all part of the leadership journey.
Okay, so they really emphasize in the video
Yeah.
that there are only a limited number of spots, right? They make a big deal about it.
For this workshop.
Mhm.
So do you think that's just a marketing tactic?
Probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Scarcity creates urgency. That's like marketing 101.
Sure.
But I also think there's some truth to the idea that a smaller group can lead to a more intimate learning environment.
Yeah.
You'd have more opportunities for
Yeah.
one-on-one interactions with the experts,
Right.
more personalized feedback,
Okay.
and you probably form stronger bonds.
With the other participants.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the Lead with Impact workshop at Miami-Dade College.
Don't miss it.
It's promising to give you those skills,
The tenets.
the confidence
It's everything you need.
to really step into those leadership roles.
It's time to level up.
So the question is,
Yeah.
are you ready to lead with impact?
That's the question.
That's the question.
Tune in for our next show or click on our website at www.5starbdm/followthebrandtv. Thank you.